It will be like a written blog post or it's a
It will be written, but
Okay.
it will be in Chinese.
Okay.
But we are also thinking maybe sometime we can post on Medium, like they have a channel there as well.
Our guys can help you out the
Distribution.
distribution. That's not a problem.
Right. So yeah, I think, but the major purpose is more for the Chinese audience.
We
learn
also
ab-
want to crack the Chinese market, Chinese developers community. And,
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I guess to begin, why don't you like kind of give a bit of a background about yourself and then also the team right now? You have 16 people.
Yeah. So in 2017, I was working with housing.com.
Oh.
Housing.com. You know housing.com?
I heard of it.
Yeah, so it's like a SoftBank backed like huge amount,
Right.
startup in India, and I was like data scientist there, and I was working on the side project, which is like you post TV series theories like Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad. You just post after the episode, you just go there and post your theories about the episodes and TV series, and people can actually put money on the theories and kind of bet on the theories, right? It's like kind of prediction market for TV series and movies.
Got it.
Right? And it was just a side project, and I was creating an idea to integrate payment solution for it. And in India, Paytm is there, right? Paytm payment, Paytm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a wallet. It's like WeChat wallet. We would say just send transactions to someone else, send the money over the wallet. So I was trying to integrate that, but I realized that it's only in India, right? And this market, the TV series and the movies, the prediction market for that is global.
When was that?
2017.
Oh, okay.
When Game of Thrones just had like second last series in 2006, May or June 2017, I was talking about. So at the time, I was like thinking, okay, let's use Stripe, right? But Stripe was like not in India, not in India, and in China, and there are many countries Stripe is
United
not there, right? So I heard the name, the Bitcoin, and I thought like let's use Bitcoin just to make a transfer, simple, make a betting kind of thing on Bitcoin as well, right? But then I went deep into Bitcoin and realized that it's very problem like in micropayment systems, right? Micropayments doesn't work in Bitcoin at all. Then I stumbled upon the Ethereum and Web3, and then I just dumped my side project, like I didn't touch it again, and contributed to Web3.js in Ethereum and the others open source project in Ethereum mostly. And then I realized that again this scalability thing is like it's big, right? CryptoKitty came at the similar time, like in November after the bump.
The
right?
jam of the
and
network.
it jammed Ethereum as a completely, right? So I thought like let's do something, because it's a shovel market, right? I mean this is a market everyone are gonna use it,
Right.
it's not like very specific market. If you think about the scalability, like platform, the payment system, right? It's a global market, right? For Stripe, it's a huge amount of, like, if you see the Stripe valuation, it's very high, right? Because it's a like any e-commerce, any application who needs payments gonna use Stripe,
Right.
so it's similar for crypto also, right? If you need scalability, you need if you want to scale your user base, you need some scalability solution,
Right.
So I thought like let's build something out of it, like and at the time Raiden was there. But with Raiden, the problem was that you need to put like lots of money just to navigate your payments.
Right.
So let's say if we are like 3 people, and if I want to send a money token to you, if middleman doesn't have like enough tokens in their account, like let's say if I want to send a 10 die to you right now, right, the middleman has to have 10 dies in the channels, right? It's very capital incentive model. If you want to example, if you want to send like 1 million die to someone else,
Right.
You need to put like 2 million dice in the channels just to make it work.
That's right.
It's not feasible. It's not scalable.
It's almost like over cloudization. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like it's not scalable at all. So and the thing is that as a receiver, you also need to create a channel before you receive payments.
Yeah. It's funny, like you mentioned this, because it's like for Grin, the smiling coin, like you have to be online, like both sides, in order to send. I was like, okay, that's funny.
That's otherwise you have to claim it, something like that, right? If you send some money, if someone send you money and on such channels, if you are not online, when you get online, you need to claim it.
That's right.
So that's where like I thought like let's create something which is like really scalable, which works without any hassle. Like for users, I don't want to make a transaction just to receive money, just to receive tokens, right? So it's not gonna scale. So I thought like let's use something like side chains, and at similar time Plasma white paper came.
Right.
From Vitalik and Joseph, and funny thing is that Loom also was hiring at the time in 2017 December, and I know Loom, but Loom was doing a DApp specific sidechain, and I think I talked to someone about regarding Loom, and I said I don't want to build a DApp specific chain right now. Because people want to use like multiple things with their DAI or with the tokens, right? So let's say if you are using like Compound, you also may want to use like create a CDP, create a DAI, and send someone else like use Compound and make a DAO, and then NFTs with something like that, like collateral loan with my NFTs, something like that. So people just want to like do multiple things with their assets, right? If you say, hey, don't use this chain just for exchange, for just to trade, and then if you want to do something, you need to exit with this chain and go to different chain. It's like very painful, right? In the future it may like have
you still like some need like interoperability though.
Yeah. So in the future we have like Cosmos are doing IBC, Polkadot is something different. The starting mechanism are coming, multiple starting systems are coming along, and they are actually trying to see how it actually works, right? And there is no live system right now which actually does the interoperability very effectively, right? So it will take some time. So for now, like we want to just use like simple chain, which you can do like it's scalable, which just works for users, for developers, and just deploy your stuff and go about it, right? So after that, like we just created like POC, and up to 2017 I just about, and I created a POC with Decentraland, by the way.
With what?
Decentraland.
Decentraland.
Yeah. So they want to, of course, everyone wants a scalability, right? And we thought like let's use Plasma. I was actually experimenting with multiple ideas, like how we can actually use state channels but not like over collateralized state channels, how we can actually make it better. And then Plasma came, and then I thought like use Plasma to scale, like create just a POC. And the first POC we actually did before Omiseko, by the way, in January 2017.
Wow.
18. January 2018. It's open source, by the way. The name under the volatile systems.
Oh, you told me about this before. Yeah, I remember.
Right. So we created, and then I realized, okay, this is not going to work because there are multiple limitations attached to the Plasma implementation, which we created like POC, and thought like let's improve based on it and make sure any user, any developer just want to use scale. They don't want to get into detail of Plasma's complexity. Just deploy and that's it. I mean, I don't want to like as a developer, right? If I want to like build on Stripe or any other thing, I don't want to get into details how Stripe works.
Right. You just need an API.
Yeah, I just attach and SDKs and that's it. Because I have like multiple other things to do, right? So yeah, that's how actually Matic originated, by learning from the other projects and other limitations and other pain points from the developers. And then I actually knew two friends, Anurag and Sandeep. Sandeep had a blockchain consultancy firm. He was a CEO at blockchain service company. And Anurag was he has a different startup, and he was creating GST based. It's a tax system in India, by the way. Just really, and he was working analytics tool based on the tax system. And I talked to both, and they actually left their startup and joined me as a co-founders.
Got it.
And since then we actually went from 3 people to 16. We have kind of 4 people in marketing and the kind of growth.
Oh wow,
And
that's quite a few.
Exactly right. And other people are like developers. We have very small protocol team, by the way.
Right.
We are just 4 people, including me.
Protocol people.
Protocol, the actual protocol team.
Interesting.
Right. We are hiring 2 people are joining in protocol team in next 2 months. But yeah, I mean we kept pretty thin so far, and attracted most of the dApps like T-Central and games.
Right.
I mean currently we have 30 plus dApps
Right.
testing out Matic.
Got it. That's pretty impressive. So how would you kind of differentiate yourself? You mentioned that you guys try to improve the developers, the development experience. So how would you kind of differentiate about Matic compared to many of the other competitors?
Yeah, so we are very laser focused on how developers see us as a platform.
Right.
What we do, we just we are just similar to Ethereum chain. So it's for other developers to just move on Matic. It's very easy for them to just move without any complexity.
Got it.
Plus we also provide Plasma, right? For other solutions, they actually either just Plasma or just the sidechains. What we did is we have middle ground between the both. We have fine balance between both, where you can have your assets the valuable assets like ERC20 and 721 secured by the Plasma, and for other assets you can actually just use proof of stake security, right? So as a developer, what I will do is if I want to choose security and the simple flexibility, we will provide both in one, right? So for them it's a good deal.
I see.
Right.
So
either they go into Plasma and figure out the complexity of Plasma and the predicates and the state security in Plasma and etc. Or they just go use the sidechains without security, right? But what we did is we just have a system where we just hide the problems of Plasma underneath, so that easy for them to convince, right? So we just say, okay, hey, if your total assets on the sidechain, even if it's bigger than your total stake,
Right.
it will just works. For sidechain it won't work. In our system it will work.
So I guess it's more like a systematic toolkit for people to use.
Yes. Plus we also support our developers very at a very ground level. We provide extra support, right? If they actually ask us a query, let's say anything, let's say provider,
Right.
how we can just a question is how we can use MetaMask or maybe just provider in Matic, they will get answered in 24 hours.
Who are answering the questions? The marketing people or
No,
the
us.
protocol people?
It depends on the
that's
questions.
quite burdening though.
Yeah. It's that's what I'm talking about. We just provide we actually consider them users, direct users. Developers are so direct users.
Right.
Even if we are B2, B2C, we are catering our developers very at a ground level. By the way. So even if they ask any questions at any point of time, we actually answer them very effectively. If they have like any doubts regarding security, anything, we answer them
Got it.
effectively. So it actually creates the trust between them and us. Like we are here to help you.
Right,
kind of.
absolutely.
And they also get some sense that okay, hey, they are helping us, right? It's something like it's a good thing. It's basically like it's a bridge, a trust bridge basically between us and them. So I think that's a pretty cool, and it worked pretty well for us.
Who are you guys partnering with?
So we have like multiple. I can't name some names.
Because I saw your names like around, meaning Matic, around like with other people's partnership. That's why I asked the question.
Yeah. I mean, if you see our Twitter, we basically announce like most of the dApps who are building on Matic.
Right.
There are some dApps who are trying to understand Matic, and they're trying to on testnets, and we are figuring out how they actually use their states in Plasma.
Right.
So there are some dApps working on that side, but we will announce it very soon and in the future
Got it.
when they are ready in testnet and they are actually feel confident about it. Yeah.
How about the roadmap for, I guess, next 1 year or two?
Yes. So in terms of roadmap, if you see, we are currently on alpha mainnet, right? So alpha mainnet is for developers who wants to test things out in the mainnet,
Right.
and just to test things out and how it actually Matic works on.
Right.
Some of them have like multiple doubts, and they can actually use and feel about it, and then make a decision out of it, right? So we don't have like staking system in place right now, but we're gonna launch a kind of game for stakes like Cosmos Street, like with something similar, so people can actually stake their tokens and get a sense out of it, how it works, and the security model and how security works in the game, in the whole staking system. And by like in the next quarter or so, like before end of this year, we're gonna launch our full mainnet. It would be like before pretty early, but yeah, we gonna soon, like 2-3 months.
Wow, you guys deliver very fast. Like, when did you actually start like developing? Because like most people would take quite a bit of time delivering even the testnet.
Yes, our testnet was ready like last year. Like we actually did multiple iterations over our testnets. We actually introduced like a multiple predicate design. So nobody actually did predicates in the mainnets as of yet.
Right.
But we are doing it right now. So we actually move very fast. We just don't stick to just the research doc. We just implement it very easily. So we are like a bunch of researchers plus implementers. Both. So we do both, yeah.
That's funny. So where are the major developer teams located right now? Not just within Matic, but also whoever working with you guys.
So for Matic, so if
like
you
what
see
the region distribution.
Yeah. So just the core team, Matic team, is in Bangalore right now. The other people who actually building on top of Matic,
Right.
they are in different regions like Buenos Aires, Argentina, US, this specifically UK, Berlin, etc., and Singapore and China and the Korea also. So there are everywhere, like most of the people actually trying to build. We also actually encourage the indie developers to build on Matic because they actually very very flexible. So let's say if you are like very small team, let's say 2 or 3 people in a team, they actually can move fast
with Matic.
With Matic, right? So and then also they can actually experiment a lot. So it also for us also they are actually coming with new ideas to build on top of Matic. So we also encourage them to build on Matic, and we just provide like small amount of grant to just to survive, just to raise money and something like that, build POC, etc. So we also provide like it depends on the amount, the team and the idea and how much they need, but we tend to provide like 5k to 25k or 30k to a team just to survive some
Oh, you
time.
guys give out grants as well.
Yes.
I see.
So like for just to make sure they actually deliver the POC and they're ready for like their fundraise. So we just connect them to multiple investors as well, just to make sure they actually do stuff.
I mean, you've been doing that pretty well. Like you connected me with a few different teams already.
Yeah.
So I guess what's the percentage of the Chinese, Chinese team specifically in this ecosystem?
Chinese, we have Stex City. They're
How
actually
much?
there is very few, but one of them is the Stex City. They are actually building kind of decentralized Wi-Fi systems on top of Matic for payments, etc.
I see.
So they are actually from China, right? And there are few, like not much to be honest. There are few also from China, and we want to increase this the amount of tabs in China. So maybe you can actually help me help us.
Right.
as well.
Absolutely. I think this will be interesting. And like, any plan for have you guys hosted any hackathon before, or are you
China?
planning? Doesn't have to be in China, just in general.
We like in India, if you see the colleges and the East India,
Yeah,
and
that one was
anything,
pretty good.
we actually like sponsored most of them.
Got it.
Right. Like if you see the college students and the IITs in India, they are actually pretty famous outside the India as well. Their students are very high quality type.
Right.
So we actually organize a lot hackathons. We also sponsored ETH Global hackathons. We also have for now, like we have like virtual hackathons going on with Gitcoin. So we also sponsored it, right? Where it's a virtual hackathon. We also have game specific hackathons with Binance.
Got it.
Globally, like SF, Bengaluru, Singapore, and stuff like that.
So you guys been pretty active outside of China.
Yeah.
And probably thinking about like getting in.
Yeah, because developers are like our first priority, right? Because
Right.
if more and more people can just can scale their dApps and their things on Matic, it's like more users for us.
Right.
And I mean, if you see like independent developers or indie developers or like single developers, the most like problem with them is like they are not very well connected, or they don't have money to build their product. They are smart, right? They're smart, they are hardworking, but what they need is like just a little bit push, right?
Yeah.
And because we are just giving them.
Yeah, I think like markets like China specifically, or some of the other ones, like say Korea or Japan, each of them are quite idiosyncratic. Like they're pretty special in the sense that you'll need a local ambassador there to really help you, even like evangelist, that kind of type of person to really help you build the community and stuff. And I'm sure there will be some sort of like a volunteer, because I've been seeing some of the other very techy projects having a very good evangelist in China, and then they've been doing very well in terms of attracting more attention, especially from the developer teams and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for China, we can actually do like multiple hackathons specifically to China.
Right.
Maybe DeFi specific.
Even like working with like universities and stuff.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. We can do that, and we want to do that. We want like more and more dApps applications from China, because it's a huge talent pool, and we want to leverage that. And there are smart people, right? I mean,
Right.
if you see like India, China, and US, like it's a pretty big market.
Right, absolutely.
And Chinese market is like very very different than other markets. I don't know about crypto, but other market, if you see the outside crypto, is very different, and like you need to get into the Chinese market to crack it, right? So we want to do that, and we can do like multiple hackathons, multiple partnerships, just to leverage our stance on the in the China,
Right.
and make it yeah.
I guess one last question, because like I think I'm sure it's very interested by the Chinese audience that how's the India market developing as well in terms of crypto?
Yeah, in terms of crypto, so if you notice, with India last year and this year, you can actually see the difference between the project qualities. So last year, people actually just figured out the stuff on the theorem, etc. This year, we actually saw like real use cases in hackathons projects as well, from the students itself, Indian students, right? So we are saying like we have like multiple blockchain projects also going on, like Inside App, Nuo, Matic, right? So, and there are many Indian projects like Marlin protocols. They're basically Indian, right? They're just started from SF, but they are actually
Marlin.
Yeah. So, and there are multiple others, right? They are actually coming out of India. So I'm seeing like more and more quality projects coming out of India. If you see like Nuo, Inside App, and Matic, it's it's a cream of the Indian blockchain stuff, right? So I'm just saying like I see like huge amount of potential in Indian community. So we are like leveraging those things using our efforts in India, and we want to do the same with China.
Cool. No, this is very helpful. Thank you so much.